Hello everybody and welcome at watching a new episode of Gaming Files video review series. Tower defense game called Defend Your Life TD is the next game to undergo my honest review. Will it succeed or not? Prepare strategic thinking and let's find the answer to this question together. In every tower defense game you need to defend something. Either your village or military base or garden full of flowers, for example. What is going to be this time? The game is set in human bodies, so you will be fighting against hordes of viruses and bacteria. Quite original environment, isn't it? Authors of the game state that the levels and units correspond to reality of human anatomy. But do not expect some kind of depressive game from partially rotten body attacked by the world's most known viruses. On the contrary, you can find a lot of humor and funny situations here. You will be defending various organs like appendix, pancreas, heart, brain, and so on. You will be fighting against various viruses and bacteria, but they look rather funny than scary. So despite the topic of the game is quite serious, depicting human bodies struggling with various diseases, the game design and graphics will help you to learn something about human anatomy in a positive way. There is virtually no story, but actually who needs it here? You just get the human body and each level is situated to the different human organ that you need to protect from the microscopic invaders. Now let's take a closer look how the game is played. And you can upgrade your units and power-ups at the end of each level. You have earned something, of course. At the start of the game, you select the organ that you will be protecting on the picture of human body and jump right into the game. The first phase before the enemy waves start to invade your base, you need to build at least basic defense structures for the initial money. There is not much to spend, but it is enough to beat first few waves. You can only build your defense structures on predefined places indicated by circles. As in almost every tower defense game, there is a path where your enemies start on one end and there is the entrance to your base, well, human organ this time, on the other end, where the enemy hordes are not supposed to get if you want to successfully accomplish the mission. You have several lives indicated by the number next to the symbol of heart. This value is decreased for each enemy that has found a way to the organ that you are supposed to protect. Once this number reaches the zero, you have failed the mission and need to start over. So you can allow some of the enemies to get to the end, but more the enemies that got there, the lower the final score. So you build your first defense structures and let the enemy waves to enter. As you are killing the enemies, you are getting the money for them. The tougher the enemy, the more money you get. For the money earned, you are building another defense structures along the path or upgrading the existing ones to be more effective against the stronger enemies. Eliminating the enemies is not the only way how to earn money. You have also the towers looking like windmills that are generating money for you in predefined intervals. Let's have a look what kind of defense structures you can build and who will be standing against you. And this is the first boss in the game, the Stone Kid. Pretty tough guy, so you need to have your base very well prepared. You can build basic corpuscle towers that are fast, but not very effective against stronger enemies. You can upgrade them to either Tesla towers that are strong but slow, or cannons that are very fast but not so effective. Tesla towers are always focusing on enemy with highest number of hit points, while cannons are attacking the enemies with lowest number of hit points first. There are also platelets barracks that are producing platelets that are just passive blocking the enemies that you can upgrade to Bodyguard Academy producing bodyguards, attacking enemies with batons. Later you will be able to build bombards that you can upgrade to artillery causing the damage to groups of enemies, or Vitamin Factory increasing range, damage and fire rate of all nearby defense structures. Most of the structures have even more levels of upgrade, and 2 ways that they can be upgraded by, so there is a lot of space for your strategic and tactical thinking. You have also some power-ups like Chain Lightning that is causing the damage to all enemy units on the screen, or rather an injection temporarily increasing the effectivity of selected units. They have predefined times of recharging, so once you have used them, you need to wait for some time to be able to use them again. You can also upgrade these power-ups between the levels. You will be in charge of hero units like Platelet General, Hark, or even Terminator later. These units are much stronger than common units, and you can also level them up. All of this makes the game very variable and addictive. You will be using your enemy structures against the enemies like angina, cold, flu, alcohol, pneumococcus, or their enhanced versions. There are also bosses like Stormkid or Cancer that have a huge number of hit points, so you will have to build a good mix of your defense structures at right places to be able to beat all enemy waves. Especially where enemies can find another path to the final destination in the middle of the level, so you need to have covered the whole path not to be unpleasantly surprised. The graphics of the game is nice and colorful, and even though both defense and enemy units are rather small, they are clearly recognizable. The music and sounds are also okay and fits the game. The control is very easy, you will just need to use your mouse. How about the game difficulty? In the beginning you play on easy difficulty, which is not so challenging, but once you beat the level of this difficulty, you unlock medium and then hard one, which are more challenging. So everyone will find the right level of difficulty here, not to be either bored or frustrated. Time goes by, so let's get to the final verdict. Defend Your Life TD has really many pros like sense of humor, good level structures, variable defense structures with a lot of ways how to upgrade them, plenty of various enemy units, power-ups, hero units, balanced economic model, nice graphics and music, reasonable difficulty and easy control. You can also learn something about human body and its diseases, which is another plus. I could not find many negatives in the game. It may become stereotype after some time, but thanks to a lot of options and high variability over everything, not so soon. Also, it is not so deeply strategic, so it will probably not test your strategic skills to the maximum, but I would say that this was not the dev's intention. The game is definitely suitable for school-aged kids as they can develop their strategic thinking and learn something about human anatomy advance. Defend Your Life TD costs €4 on Steam, which is a very fair price for what it offers. It is not the best tower defense game that I have ever played, but it is one of the best for sure. I'm giving this nice little tower defense game thumbs up and GamingFathers index 8+ out of 10. Thank you for watching this video from my video games review series, and see you again next time.